Anchors up, sales at full. Welcome to the Sloopcast. How are you doing today, Kyle?
All right, Jared. How are you today?
Doing good. I don't have my face light on. Hold on. There we go. That's better, I suppose. Yeah, that's better. Forgot to turn my face light on. Doing good. New tradition, good tradition. That was a two-stager. All right, Kyle. We did it. We survived Grambling. It was heart-wrenching at times. It was nail-biting at times, but we as a community made it through it. And I guess it's on to the next game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough really trying to break down this matchup here.
Yeah.
Just because everything that Ohio State wanted to do, they were able to do.
Yeah.
On all aspects here.
Pretty much.
Offense, defense, special teams. So it's, I mean, what can we take away from this game here? In my opinion, I think there's a couple things. One, in week one, obviously the coaches said that they held Sand back, could have had him do more in that game, but we always know, Jared, rule number one. But here we actually see Sand again against lesser opponents, but still, like you go 16 for 16. I don't care who you play. That's tough to do.
Absolutely.
That's tough to do.
Absolutely. And then on the 17th throw, an interception. But, that was some second start stuff. That was your guy was open and you just didn't trust yourself to sling it when you slung it, and you just got to get rid of that ball quicker. Made the right read, made a good accurate throw. Timing was a bit off. It happens. He's a redshirt freshman. Let's make those mistakes during Grambling.
Yep, exactly.
The route wasn't the crispest either. I mean fair, but ultimately that's a timing thing on the quarterback. Yeah, I mean, just to put this in the bigger scope of things, Ohio State just played 5 straight games against top 10 opponents, going back to last season, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we sort of criticized Ohio State for playing an FCS school, and as much as Saturday was kind of a spring game, it was a nice return to pace to go into an Ohio State game knowing that they were going to win, because we haven't got to do that in a while. I kind of felt that way during Notre Dame, I'm not going to lie. But it was kind of nice to play a cupcake again after, like I said, 5 straight games of I don't know what's going to happen. Not that they were all nail biters in the end, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess let's get into the grades.
All right, sure. So I guess we'll start offense here. 651 total yards in this game here. 377 in the air, 274 on the ground. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, anything and everything that they wanted to do, they were able to do. The great thing here was just seeing the number of other players being able to get on the field, get their touches, get their touchdowns. There were 9 different players who got a touchdown in this game. It was fun to see all of the different players being able to to celebrate in the end zone there.
Yeah, I mean,
so game plan for the first report card, yeah, A+. Like, what more can you ask as an overall game plan on offensively? You score 70 points. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you score 70 points. You do what you should do during this game. Yes, Austin, we always grade on a curve, or at least we always grade with the understanding of the context of the game, which is probably a more accurate way of doing it this game, which is to say, like, within this game, I like what they did. They went and they got Cats a touchdown. You know what I mean? They went and they spread the 9 touchdowns over 9 separate players. Like, you know what I mean? They took a second to celebrate and to give the ball to guys who might not get a touchdown otherwise, but who are still, you know, important contributors to the football team. You know what I mean? Like, they treated this game as it should have been treated, which was an exhibition. So yeah, I give them an A+ for doing this, what doing what should have been done. Kyle, did you do a plus on your A?
Yeah. Yep.
Chat, how do you feel? A+.
We got an A+ down there, so we'll say an A+ here.
In-game coaching.
Didn't really have to make any changes. You got you got players who did exceptionally well. I mean, A+. I can't really think of anything offensively, anything to say wrong, so it's got to be an A+.
I appreciate that. So let me say this. The starters didn't play in the second half. Most of the starters, they brought in the second string. Good. Thank you for doing that and not waiting 2 or 3 drives into the second half. Thank you for, and Bo Jackson had a great game this game, but guess what he did? He stretched out when he shouldn't have stretched out. He put the ball in jeopardy. And even though they were up huge in that game, they pulled him for doing what you're not supposed to do. They get, I think they're up 63-0 at this point. I think it was right before the last touchdown. Like they're hey, freshman, get over here. We're taking you out. Don't put the ball in jeopardy like that. You're not going to get this touchdown now. Sam Dixon's going to get this touchdown now. You had a procedure. Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, even when it was 63-0, they were out there coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And for pulling the starters appropriately early, I'm going to give them an A+.
Okay.
Did you also do a plus, Kyle?
I did, yes.
How's chat feel? I think they're just going to go straight a regular A.
Fine. Quarterback, starting off 16 for 16. I mean, if you want to be technical, he completed every pass and never touched the ground for saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not giving him a plus. You can't throw an interception against Grambling and get a plus.
It's an A. Yep, it's an A. Agreed.
QB is for all QBs. I thought that the other quarterbacks were fine. It's not fair to make this assessment during a Grambling game, but it does look like that Sayan is in fact QB1, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I think you lost the plus when you threw the interception. I thought Link looked fine, not spectacular, and as Austin said in the chat, TSC looked like a freshman, which is quite frankly also fine. I'm fine with a regular A. I think chat wants to put a minus on it, but we'll let chat do chat. They're always meaner than us.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the run blocking, Kyle?
An A. Like yeah, an A. I can't really think of anything negative to say about the run block, so A.
I'm with Chad on this. Considering this, the competition you were playing. I would like to have seen it a little bit better, I think.
7.2 a pop? That's pretty good.
How much of that was late in the game when what do you have the first half numbers?
It'll take me a moment here.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to. It's fine. But I'm going to say it was probably significantly lower if you just look at the first half. I'm just saying, you're playing an FCS school. I kind of want the offensive line to be just putting them on sleds every single game.
Yep, first half they rushed the ball 13 times for 87 yards, so just under 7 yards a pop. And then in the second half, 25 times for 187 for 7.5 a pop.
Sorry, what was the average during the first half?
Just under 7.
Yeah, I think you should get it.
And the second half was 7.5. So they doubled their rushing attempts. So 87 to 187. It's about the same. It's about the same.
It's about the same. I'm gonna stick with my B+ though.
All right.
Pass blocking. No sacks. I don't know if if I ever even remember Saiyan specifically being pressured. I don't have a specific memory of him like needing to exit the pocket at any point. I'm not saying he never did. I'm just saying I don't remember it. I don't remember thinking about the offensive line at all during passing, and that's obviously exactly what you want.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this happened, but no sacks. Yep, no sacks allowed. Either 2 weeks in a row with no sacks. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And Texas has pass rushers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, obviously it wasn't a huge test this week, but
yeah, and Ohio State only had one tackle offensively, only had one play that went for a loss, and that was a pitch that Donaldson didn't secure properly. So other than that,
pass blocking, other than the self-inflicted pitch play,
running. When they got out in space, when the running backs got out in space, they did their thing.
Yeah,
Bo Jackson 12 yards a pop, James People 7.4, Donaldson 9, even West had over 5 yards a pop too. So A+. When they got out in space, they did their thing.
Yeah, I thought the running backs looked good. No complaints for the running backs.
And no complaints from the receivers. Moving on to the receivers as well. No complaints about them. No drops. No drops at all.
No drops. Got open. And remember, this is receiving, not receivers. So we're counting the tight ends here. Who also had a fantastic game. Thurman had a touchdown. Kaczmarek had a touchdown. Yeah. It was a good day for the tight ends. Yeah. Oops.
7 catches by the tight ends in this game.
It was the game of the tight end.
It was, yeah.
And we're not ready to call year of the tight end yet. Drives and conversions. Well, through the first half, I believe they only faced third down twice.
Yep, 2 for 2. They were 2 for 2 in the first half.
They scored a touchdown every time they went into the red zone. Well, I guess that's not technically. Yeah, no, they did. No, they didn't. There was the interception.
Yeah, I'm going to say A. I'm not an A+ because you don't have that perfect red zone anymore. Like that's gone out the window now. You threw the interception in the red zone there. Other than that one drive, yeah, it was couldn't ask for anything better. So an A for driving conversions.
I'll go plus. The best third down is the third down you don't face. So for that, I'll go plus.
Yep.
But you make a good. Didn't get the full red zone convert. You know what? No, can't throw that interception in the red zone. Get an A plus. Not against Grambling.
Yeah.
Not against Grambling.
Explosion. Let's see.
It's almost unfair to even grade this.
It is. You got Jeremiah who went for 87 yards.
Yeah.
You had Bo Jackson who went for 51. Tate had a 40-yard. Kaczmarek had a 47-yard. Yeah, a lot of big plays in this one. Yeah.
Longest touchdown in Ohio Stadium history.
It was.
The Jeremiah Smith touchdown was. So. Longest pass play in Ohio State history, not true. Kenny Guyton to
Devin
Smith, 90 yards against Cal. A news outlet reported that. No. The news outlet said it was the longest in Ohio Stadium.
Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, Kenny Guyton to Devin Smith, 2013 against Cal.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is the offense. We'll go ahead and take our first ad break real quick, and we'll give our grades for the defensive side here. TheSloopcast.com is your go-to link for anything and everything Sloopcast related. There you can find our Discord page, discord.thesloopcast.com. It's the community that we've built out. If you're a Buckeye fan, and you can talk to Austin as well. Community that we've built out for Buckeye fans to gather, to talk, and just to hang out. It's a good community. Patreon.thesloopcast.com if you want to help support Jared and I, or you can head over to merch.thesloopcast.com or 71.thesloopcast.com for some merchandise over there. Again, all of this and more over at thesloopcast.com. We'll take that ad break and be right back.
All right, Kyle. It's time to move on to the defensive side of the ball. I thought playing JJ with a zone and no safety help was a questionable choice. It sure was. It was a long ad break. Yeah, it was so long. Yeah, I mean, they technically had safety help. Yeah, I think it's probably more accurate to say that the safety didn't do his job correctly, or at least didn't know his moment correctly. Yeah. Defense.
I mean, a shutout. Shutout's always great.
Sure.
Great thing to have on your resume here.
Barely. Yeah, they missed a field goal, but like, Jared, can we see the report card again? Oh, I went to the wrong screen. My bad. Thank you. I do that sometimes. But that's why they're Grambling. That's why they're Grambling. Like, yeah, they missed an opportunity or two, but that's why they're Grambling. That's why you expect to shut out a team like Grambling. Yeah, I have no issues with the game plan. I mean, I don't know if they did anything, but you didn't have to do anything. So no complaints. I'll just do an A.
Yeah. An A. Yeah. I can't complain. An A. Yeah.
Spikes wants to give a plus. Oh, and so does Austin. Proving my theory
sure.
wrong.
Let's do the plus.
Okay.
Let's have the plus.
I'm sticking with the standard.
It's a shutout.
Against Grambling. We grade on a curve.
That's fine. How many times has Ohio State played lesser opponents and didn't get the shutout?
It's been a long time since we've played a team as bad as this Grambling team.
Sure. In-game coaching. I mean, it's tough trying to grade here when everything went right for Ohio State. So I guess A for in-game coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with a standard A. I'm gonna throw a plus on this. The freshmen showed up in the second half and looked ready. I was impressed by how ready the freshmen were. Well, not just the freshmen, but the backups. You know what I'm saying?
And the walk-ons.
So yeah, I think I'll give them a plus.
28 yards allowed in the fourth quarter.
How many drives did we did a lot of clock killing in the fourth quarter. I don't know how many plays or drives did Grambling even.
12 plays.
Yeah.
12 plays in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They had 3 drives. So
all 3 and outs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the same like in the.
That doesn't make sense.
They weren't.
No, I didn't.
No.
Math didn't. Because anyway.
Yeah, I mean, in the first quarter they had 3 drives. Second they had 3. Third they had 4, and then the fourth they had 3. All right, tackling. All right, tackling. What would you give the grade here for the defense on tackling?
I don't. Do you remember seeing a missed tackle?
Not that my eyes saw.
There was the corner blitz. Came a little too fast on that one.
Yeah.
Needed to respect on that fourth down run. I don't specifically remember that, but I believe you. But yeah, their longest run. I think I know. Yeah. I know what you're saying. It was a 4th and short, and they got past the initial wave. I remember now.
Mm-hmm. It was Matthews trying to
on the safety or the corner blitz.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. I won't say funny, but look at the stat sheet, and Matthews did not show up on the stat sheet at all. So he missed his one opportunity to get a tackle.
But that's good corner play. Let's be honest.
That is good corner play. Yes.
Tackling. We'll go A.
A
couple missed tackles. It's Grambling. I think you have to do a lot to get the plus on that one. Spikes is going to throw a minus on it. I'll let Spikes. I'll let Spikes have the minus.
All right. Run stop.
Aside from that 20 yard, that one that kind of got away where they got 20 yards. How many TFLs this game? A lot, I feel
9.
like
9. And only 2 of those were sacks.
What do you have first half numbers again? Like what was their average rush in the first half versus their second half? Because Austin says I wanted it to be so much better in the first half, and I do agree. At least it felt like that the run stop was okay during the first half, but not dominant during the second half.
3.6 in the first half, 2.1 in the second half.
Yeah, I think 3.6 is too much.
Yeah,
against Grambling. No, it's I'm gonna go lower than that. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go B minus. That's 3 over 3.5 against a subpar FCS team. Yeah, I think you got to do better than that.
Okay. All right. Pass rush.
2 sacks. They had him running the entire game.
They did.
I still want to see better from the defensive ends. I don't, especially in a game against Grambling.
Yeah, anytime that they were throwing the ball, they got it out quickly. So it's really tough to show it on the stats that the pass rush was effective, but you have to look at let me see if I can find it. No, I can't find it real quick here. Just the quarterback hurries and making them comfortable, get them out of the pocket there. I thought it was fine. Yeah. I'd say A-. I say A-. Obviously, we all love to see sacks and get those sack numbers up, but hard to do that when they get rid of the ball real quick. So I'll say A-.
Yeah, I want to see better, more consistent pressure from the defensive ends.
Okay.
We
got a B and a B+. Pass coverage, they were fantastic. They didn't allow a single reception over 20 yards in this game.
How many receptions? How many total receptions did like their receivers and tight ends have? Specifically, the receivers and tight ends.
Let's see here. Number 8 had 2 catches. 17 had 1. Those were their starters, so that was it. So 3.
For
their tight end led the team with 3 catches.
Okay, that's a good game. That's a good game.
Yeah, A+.
I'll go A+ there.
A+. All right, and stops. They held Grambling 3 for 14 on third downs.
Okay.
In case you were curious here about how they were first half to second half here. 1 for 8, Jared, in the first half.
1 for 8 in the first half.
And then 2 for 6 in the second half.
2 for 6 in the second half. They also had a 4th down conversion. And
they did, yeah.
They got into the red zone and they didn't get a touchdown. They also didn't get a field goal. The field goal was maybe a bit of a gift, but they still stopped the touchdown. So you have to give them credit for that. So that's a good red zone conversion or, stop. Yeah, I'll go with the standard A.
I think it would be what was that? Like a 35-yard field goal, I think it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long field goal, but at the same time, it wasn't a chip shot either. It was a mid-distant field goal there that was should be
standards.
Should be makeable, but yeah, I'll stick with A.
Okay.
I'll have A.
A's across the board. Containment. 1 play over 20 yards for Grambling.
Let's see.
I know the running back had 1. Were there any receptions over 20 yards?
0 yards of over 20 yards or more. 0.
What was their longest run?
19 yards.
19 yards. Okay, so technically 0.
And they have one of the receivers had a 19-yard reception as well. So nothing to 20 yards or more. So A+. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Sure, I'll give them the plus. That kind of number against the better opponents automatically an A+. Against Grambling, it's a soft A+.
Yeah, Chet's given an A. They don't want the plus there.
I don't blame them. I was kind of in between the two.
All right. And impact. How would you grade the impact in this game?
So, how many turnovers did Ohio State have?
Ohio State caused
A+ for Pettijohn alone. You aren't wrong, Austin.
3. Silver Bullets had 3 turnovers.
3 turnovers, 2 sacks, 9 TFLs,
1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. That's an A+.
That's an A+ day. Even against Grambling, that's an A+ day.
Yep. And a shutout to put the cherry on top. A+.
Would that category be better if I said impact plays? Would that make more sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably
Okay.
be impact plays. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll adjust that for next week.
Okay. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and take our next ad break, and we'll talk about the overall gradings here. Again, thesloopcast.com is your go-to link for everything Sloopcast related. If you want to listen to any previous episodes, you can hit up our RSS page. I don't think I've ever talked about that page, Jared. rss.thesloopcast.com or spotify.thesloopcast.com. Either one works, your preference. You can find all of our podcast audios on each of those there. Again, all those links and more over at thesloopcast.com. We'll take another ad break and be right back.
We have the quickest ad breaks in the game, at least for the people who don't get the extra ads during the podcast. Hey, and if you don't want those extra ads during the actual podcast, then make sure to check out that Patreon link, like Kyle suggested.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Overall team rankings.
Overall,
You went
A+
for offense and defense.
Yeah, I'd say A+.
Yeah.
Offense pretty much scored other than 2 drives. They were, what was that? 10 for 12 on scoring touchdowns on drives. That's exceptional. And the defense was a perfect, I don't know how many drives they had. Well, 3, 6, 9,
They had the shutout.
13 on their 13 drives, 0 points, A+.
Motivation / effort. Now, this is the one time where we actually might scale this in the opposite direction for Grambling. How amped up was this team to play Grambling?
So I'm actually shocked. Austin pretty much said it. I was surprised on how efficient and how focused this team was, just across all aspects. It was so focused. They just weren't just treating it as another day in the office. They came in, wanted to prove a point, have no doubt on anybody's mind that this is the number 1 team in the country.
Different color jersey, get absolutely fucked. That's kind of what it was. I'm incredibly impressed, and this is a big shout out to the coaching staff and to the players. They didn't sleepwalk into this game and look at Georgia versus Austin P. Look at, Penn State didn't look great against Florida International early in that game. And I'm not even blaming those schools for that. A lot of teams kind of came out slow. A lot of teams kind of came out slow against really bad opponents last week. And you kind of don't blame them for that. And I'm just really impressed that Ohio State didn't. Execution. I'm going to blame Clemson. I'm going to blame Troy for that.
And A for execution.
Was there any so there's the interception.
Mm-hmm. And the one drive where they did get into field goal range. That was
sure.
That was
okay.
It.
All right. Works for me. We'll go with a standard day.
Yep.
Discipline.
Discipline. Ohio State had 3 turnovers, and 2 of them were by the same person.
Well, they caused 3 turnovers.
No. Discipline. I was thinking penalties.
Yeah, but you said Ohio State had 3 turnovers. It just makes it sound like they turned it over
I'm
3
sorry.
times.
I didn't mean turnovers. I meant penalties. Ohio State had 3 penalties. 2 of them were the same person.
What were they, Kyle? Austin's asking. I also want to know. Do you have that readily available?
I can find them. Give me 1 second. Here's the penalties. Here we go. Illegal formation.
Yeah. You got the young guys in there.
That was, when was that? That was the first. I think the first play in the 4th quarter.
They have another one late in the 4th. May have been that one. Go ahead.
Nope. And then there was the offsides, both by Edric Houston.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. That was weird.
2. Yeah, he had 2 of them.
I had totally forgotten about that. Yeah, that was weird. And that is a discipline. Not all penalties are discipline penalties. That's a discipline penalty.
Yeah.
Gave them first downs. Yeah.
Gosh, it's only 3 penalties though.
Yeah, but in discipline's bigger than
I'll say
penalties.
A-. Yeah, I'll say A-.
Discipline is bigger than penalties. It's a larger. I don't want that just to be like a
sure.
If I just wanted it to be penalties, we just call it penalties. But you know what I'm saying.
Austin wants to give him a B-. Wow.
He's mad at Edric.
Right.
Spikes agrees.
All right, special teams. Where's my special?
Ooh.
Where's my special teams here? No field goal attempts.
No.
So can't grade on that. Let's look here. The Grambling had 1 kick return for 14 yards, and Ohio State had Brandon Ennis returning kicks. He had 1 return punt for 8 yards and a kick return for 1 for 17 yards, and Ohio State with the lone punt for 45 yards.
Yeah, the Ennis had a bit of a heart stopper moment.
He did.
Return game isn't anything special, especially if you're playing Grambling. Like, you're playing a team like Grambling, you almost want to make like some sort of special teams impact play, whether it be a really long return or a block, something.
I'll say a B.
Yeah, I'm good with a B.
I think this is my first B. Yeah, this is my first B.
We have I guess we're going C+ for chat.
Okay. Turnovers. Ohio State was +2 in this game here. So I'll say B. I'll say B+.
Yeah, you almost kind of against Grambling. You almost want to go higher than +2.
Yeah, I'll just B. Let's do another B.
Yeah,
I really want to grade it a little bit higher, just because one of the turnovers was a touchdown for Ohio State too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have? It's crazy how good the defense continues to be without a high number of turnovers or sacks. Yeah, I mean, one of the things you have in this game where you're maybe not going to get a ton of turnovers is just that Grambling didn't probably have all that many plays. Like, they didn't get a lot of first downs, therefore they didn't have a lot of plays. Therefore, there's not a ton of opportunity to get a turnover. I'm talking myself into more like B+ territory, I think. Chat, do you have a grade?
B+.
B+. We'll go with a B+. They agree. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Overall offensive grade. Yeah, it's Grambling, but yeah, it's also 70 points. I mean, let's not be too silly. It's 70 points, A+.
Yep, A+. We got A+ in the chat as well.
And of course, it's the defense. You get a shutout.
3 turnovers.
Yeah. But again, you get a shutout, even if it's Grambling, you literally can't do better. Ultimately, as the defense, it is your job to not allow any points on the board, and they did not allow any points on the board, no matter who you're playing.
Yep. A+, and Austin just wants an A.
He says A for overall.
Oh.
70 point diff. I'm gonna go A+, even if it's Grambling.
A+. Right, and that's our scorecard there.
I guess chat's just going a standard A. That is our report card. There we go. I think we did a good job here.
Yeah.
Trying to be fair, but not overly nitpicky.
I think we'll have a better. I think we'll have a little bit better conversations next week when we talk about the Ohio State and Ohio game. This time next week. Yeah,
we lose 20 Vegas points in the upcoming game against Ohio.
34
going from
and
a spread of
as
50.
We're rating.
Going from a spread of 55 to 35. Is it down to 34?
Well,
it started at 35.
Opened at 34.5.
Oh, okay. Ohio's unironically a good football team. For their level, they are good. Yeah, I mean, they beat West Virginia this past week.
They beat West Virginia, yep.
Which, again, like anytime a MAC school can beat a Big 12 school, that's a good day. Like, that's a good day. That's, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they're going to be some huge threat for Ohio State. They're not going to be. Again, Vegas has already put the line at 35 points. It is what it is. But Ohio, I'll tell you this much: Ohio would destroy Grambling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be 70-0. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be 70-0, and Ohio would destroy Grambling.
Yeah.
That being said,
yeah, it would be like 49-10, something like that.
Kyle dropping, 39-10, you say?
49-10.
Oh,
49-10.
49-10. I was about to say, Kyle just took Ohio with the points, but I misheard him. All right. Kyle, is there, did anyone have any Ask Sloopcast questions, or is there anything in Kyle's corner you want to bring up?
I got something interesting. It was brought in when we did our Sloopcast social screening on Saturday night, as we were watching some football games Saturday night.
Watching Oklahoma defeat the cheater up north team.
Yes. A question was brought up. Hey, has there ever been a time that the AP number 1 and 2 team shot out their opponents in the same week?
Mm-hmm.
And we would have thought, like, oh, possibly. That probably would seem like something that would happen recently, especially like early on in the year. But no, the only time prior to this last weekend where both the AP 1 and 2 teams shut out their opponent was in 1940, back in November 2nd, 1940, where the number 1 team, Cornell, beat Columbia 27-0, and number 2, Notre Dame, beat Army 7-0.
Did we confirm this?
I did confirm this, yes.
Okay.
I did.
Listen, all I'm saying is that we've had a spread of misinformation on the Discord server because apparently Google's AI is really, really bad at collecting.
You never trust it.
College football
statistics.
We have found AI's weak point, and that is college football questions, at least the Google AI. People will be like, oh, did you know this? And then it turns out it's just not true. It's been bad. It's just double check AI is all I'm saying. It's because we've seen it invent games that never happened. It's weird, and don't trust AI. Ohio State lost to Northern Illinois 20-0 once, allegedly. This is what Google AI told us. Yes. It was in 2001, I believe, is what the Google AI said. Obviously didn't happen. I think it was 2001. Because it was Tressel's first year. They legitimately weren't like they legitimately went like 7-5 that year. But yeah, so and the thing is not, the question was also framed around like a preseason number 1, which Ohio State was definitively not in 2001. It was not a good Ohio State football squad in 2001. All right, that's it. Anything else in Kyle's corner?
There's your proof. The first one was
I believe you that the games happened. The question is, do we know that no games since then happened? Because
I'm not going through every year, but
and that's the fun of AI. You just kind of believe it because you don't want to put the work in. And I'm not to say that you should put that work in, because you shouldn't, but you know what I'm saying. Yep. But that's the problem. Anyway. Yeah.
That's it.
Are you good on Kyle's Corner? Okay, you're good on Kyle's Corner. Tonight's ending music will be brought to you by a Columbus-based band called Superdestroyer. All one word, Superdestroyer. So with all that being said, I'd like to encourage everyone to drink local beer, listen to local music, and of course, support local podcasters. Once again, this is Superdestroyer.